Hello, welcome to Summary Company Channel, the channel for summaries of the most important books ever written. Here you'll find the key ideas from the book Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, Mastering the Inner Game of Wealth by Harv Eker. We recommend reading the complete book, and if you're interested, check the description for the link to this book. Please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to follow all the summaries that will transform your life. So, let's get started. Understand your money mindset. All people have unconscious programmed thoughts, mental models for dealing with money inside their minds. Some are programmed for wealth, while others are programmed for poverty. The mental model we use to think about money originates from our childhood experiences and guides our behavior in such a way that it directly influences how much wealth we will have in the future. For Harv, people's income hardly deviates from the levels set mentally for them in childhood. Why? People's subconscious regulates their ability to accumulate wealth like a thermostat. If it's set too low, when people earn some extra money, they spend it. If the thermostat is set high, we're talking about someone wealthy, and if a lack of money occurs, it is quickly compensated. The majority of the population is programmed to live with low income, and very few people can actually become rich and accumulate lasting wealth. Our thought patterns are shaped by what our parents taught us about money, and we need to understand how they work to act on them. It is important to understand these models and be able to break free from them to achieve financial success. When people learn a positive approach and families reinforce that money is a means to achieve and conquer things, these individuals tend to find it easier to become rich. We are like our parents. In addition to the things we heard from our parents about money, much of our mental model also comes from their attitudes and the way they made money. When you were a child and asked your mother for money, did she tell you to ask your father? If so, this gives you the idea that men are responsible for finances, and women are not capable of handling money. During our childhood, we capture our parents' behaviors, and they also get stuck in the subconscious. So when you get your first job, start a business, and begin making money, you imitate your parents' patterns without knowing it. Therefore, it's important to be aware because it's challenging to change these beliefs in our financial mental model. To change your way of thinking, evaluate everything first. Although your potential to accumulate wealth depends on your money mindset, it can be changed, but it requires significant effort. The first step is to understand where your concepts about money come from. You need to understand how your subconscious sabotages your pursuit of wealth. Analyze your mental programming, take note of your models, and the sayings your parents used when you were a child. Analyze if you still live by these sayings. If you couldn't have something as a child, this is not a belief you should reinforce in adulthood. Ask yourself, why not? It's also essential to analyze your financial situation. Are you in debt? Do you have extra money in the bank? Understand the reason for both. Also, understand all the successful and unsuccessful investments you've made in your life. Why did they work? Why didn't they? Once you understand the traps your brain sets for you, it's time to overcome them. You need to recondition your brain to think contrary to these limiting beliefs and mental models. Anything that relates to a poverty and scarcity mentality needs to be reprogrammed. You need to replace old beliefs about money in your systems, not just add new ones. To change them, we have to find our new mental model about wealth and work to reinforce it in our minds daily through repetition. Repeat to conquer. If you want to instill a wealth mental model in your brain, you need to constantly repeat, out loud, your new truths to yourself. Look in the mirror and say, I have a millionaire mind, or the more money I earn, the more money it attracts. Gradually, these new beliefs will be incorporated into your daily life, and your mental model will be replaced, and this happens through repetition. This exercise needs to become a routine for you. You need to make a habit of always reinforcing positive beliefs. If you are in debt, for example, you need to verbally state that buying something will only worsen your debts. Verbal affirmation is the most efficient way to reprogram your brain. Be the master of your destiny. One of the most important beliefs for those who want to get rich is to know that you are in control of your destiny, not others. Your wealth doesn't depend on the world, your boss, or your job. It depends on you. Rich people take control of their lives, while poor people tend to victimize themselves and give control of their wealth to banks and other individuals. Think about it. Who do you think buys lottery tickets? The poor, of course. Rich people know that money under their control is a much better investment than relying on luck. Until you realize that you are the one who decides your financial success, nothing will change, and you will continue to be poor. Now that we're halfway through the reading, let's delve deeper into the essential concepts for becoming rich. If you are enjoying the content, strengthen the channel by dropping that like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Continuing. Be positive. Poor people believe that being rich prevents you from being a good person. In their mental model, the rich were lucky and are not good, honest, and upright people. And this is an extremely limiting belief about money. People who think this way are afraid of becoming rich. They believe that wealth will attract scoundrels, push away friendships, and turn them into bad people. Those who see these obstacles to wealth are destined not to become rich. These people close themselves off to the possibility of becoming rich. To truly accumulate wealth, you must overcome any kind of limiting belief about money. The rich are not bad people. They just view money differently. They are willing to seize opportunities and take risks that bring high potential returns. To truly become rich, you need to know and genuinely like rich people, admiring them. Envy or mistrust of the rich will make it difficult to have a positive view of money. Dedicate yourself. To become rich, you must really want it. Dreaming is not enough, you have to want it intensely and take action to achieve it. This means sacrificing yourself, working hard for long hours, and maintaining your focus at all times. True wealth requires real commitment. You also need to challenge yourself to grow and evolve. Studying finance, reading about investments, and understanding the history of how people became rich are essential because the more you know about the world of money, the easier it will be to become wealthy. Your commitment can come through a new business, a new partnership, but it's important to take the first step. Yes, luck can happen, but if you don't start something and don't try, you will never truly be rich. Choose an area to explore with passion and curiosity. You can start from the bottom, regardless of your position. Get into the field, understand how it works, draw your lessons from it to map out the biggest opportunities. Aim high. If you really want to become rich, you need challenging goals. While the poor want to pay the bills, the millionaires want to become billionaires. These desires materialize in the results of these people, so it is essential to think big. If you are going to start a business, think of something that will impact thousands, millions, or billions of people. Additionally, if you want to start a business that will make you rich, choose one that doesn't depend on your time and your services. If you are a doctor, for example, there is only a fixed number of patients you can see in a day. You need something as big as your dream to be able to achieve it. If you make money in exchange for your time, you are in trouble because time is a scarce resource. Instead of seeing patients as a doctor in this case, the wealthy way of thinking would be to establish a network of clinics to serve thousands of people and not just dozens. Take money seriously. Just earning money is not enough if you want to become truly rich. You need to accumulate it, and for that, discipline and intelligence are required. A high salary alone will not bring you wealth. You need to learn to deal with it wisely. Many people view their wealth based solely on how much they earn in a particular month. The right way to measure your real wealth is to analyze your net worth, the value of everything you own. It is necessary to focus on growing this net worth at all times. To do this, you need a long-term financial plan that seeks balance between income, expenses, investments, and reserves. If you have difficulty creating one, do not hesitate to hire a financial consultant to help you create this plan. Another important point is to have a source of passive income, i.e., revenue streams that generate constant income regardless of your work. These earnings can come through investments in stocks, investment funds, or even rentals. To become rich, you need to make your money work for you, always strategically. A recommendation from Harv Eker is that you have different bank accounts. Ideally, you should have one for investments and put 10% of all your income into it. Turn your capital into sources of passive income. Another important point is to spend only 50% of your earnings on general expenses and set aside 10% of your money for luxuries and pleasures you dream of achieving. Keep your cost of living to a minimum and never be wasteful. If you waste your money on purchases that give you instant gratification, you will not become rich. Final notes. Your way of thinking about money, wealth, and prosperity is based on the beliefs that were programmed about money in your mind, even in your childhood. You need to understand how this mental model is formed, what its limitations are, and work to develop them constantly if you really want to become rich. Furthermore, it is essential to continually reaffirm your commitment to prosperity and give your best to truly achieve it. Comment below your opinion about the book. Leave tips and suggestions for future videos. A big hug. See you later.